Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Raja binti Ibrahim. My number matric is 277763. Islamic financing system. Islamic financing about interest-based transaction riba and instead introduce the concept of buying something of the borrower's behalf and selling it back to the borrower at profit. Which is Islamic banking is an ethical banking system and its practice are based on Islamic Sharia. Large interest is completely prohibited in Islamic banking. It is asset-based financing in which trade of element prohibited by Islam are not allowed. Next, in place of interest, a profit rate is defined in the contract. Like conventional financing, profit rates can be a fixed rate or based on a floating rate. The majority of Islamic home financing options in Malaysia today are based on the Buy Vitamin Ajil concept. Next is home financing in public bank Islamic. The first feature is the aspect from the liability or deposit, which is public bank accept deposit based on loan for all type of deposit account, including term deposit, saving and current account. The second feature is from the aspect government intervention, which is government very easily obtains loan from central bank to money market operation without initiating capital development expenditure. The third feature is from the aspect ijarah, which is lease commences the very day on which the price is paid by the bank, whether the customer has taken the delivery or not. Lastly, aspect from current account, which is no specific underlying mode is used in current account. Next feature home financing in Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad. Firstly is financing tenure of up to 35 years or age 70 years, whichever is earlier. Secondly is refinancing only for completed property. Thirdly is not a bankrupt or have any legal action. The home financing allocate 90% of the total price house, which is margin of financing up to 90% excluding. Firstly in mortgage reducing term takaful MRTT, mortgage level term takaful MLTT. Secondly is house owner or householder takaful plan if applicable. Thirdly is stamp duty. Fourthly is legal fees. Fifthly is valuation fees.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Zawnaja binti Ahmad Daud, while my matric number is 279449. So the next part is Islamic finance issues related to the stated PDS or product. So the features in public bank on home financing is the housing loan product computed on a variable or fixed rate basis, and you are presenting your property as collateral for this security financing. So the next one is using contract of agreement that include in terms and condition about the late of repayment. So the last one is a financially distressed borrower, which means a borrower where his or her credit rating which is not to the satisfaction of the bank or high credit risk as determined by the bank from time to time. So the interest rate of the facility will be reverted to the contracted interest rate as stated in the letter of offer, supplementary letter of offer, or notification letter on the first day of the following month if all of the following conditions have been complied. So the next one is the features in Bank Islam on home financing. So this product using Sharia principle, which is tawarruk, in bracket sale and purchase contract. So in Islam, tawarruk means when purchasing the item on a deferred payment basis, the buyer does not intend or take advantage of it, but only wants to use the cash route towards earning money. So while in mode of financing, tawarruk is an arrangement whereby a person in need of liquidity purchases a commodity from a seller on credit at a higher price. The person who acquires commodity in this way is called mutawarrik. So the last one is about Islamic financial issues related to PDS in public bank versus bank Islam. So the product used in a sale and purchase transaction are bay'un bisaman in ajil, which means deferred payment sale. So It can reduce our exposure to interest rates, market swings, and other unnecessary hazards. So, Baiti Home Financing I helps to purchase the house of your dreams. Long-term house owner, long-term house owners Takaful and Takaful mortgage plan are eligible for financing through Baiti Home Financing I. That's all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Azizul Fazli bin Basori. My tick number 279512. Okay, for the my part is methods and procedures used to solve stipulate issues between the Bank Islam versus with public bank. Okay, the first method is the concept of tawaruk. The concept of tawaruk, which is applied by the Bank Islam. Tawaruk consists of two sale and purchase contracts. The first involves the sale of an asset by a seller to a purchaser on a deferred basis. Subsequently, the purchaser of the first sale will sell the same asset to the third party on a cash and spot basis. The mechanism of tawaruk of this product is follow as for the first, the customer purchases the commodities from the bank on murabahah basis at the bank sale price. In this arrangement, the purchase will be performed by the bank as the customer's purchase agent. And the second is as the sale agent for the customer, the bank shall then sell the commodities to a commodity purchaser at a cost price. Proceeds from the transaction will be disbursed for customers' utilization. And the last one is the customer is obliged and applicable to pay the amount due from the murabahah transaction as per the agreed terms, which is Syariah compliant. This is contra with the public bank, which is in the Bank Islam we use the concept of tawaruk, but in public bank we use housing loan. The public bank housing loan products offered by public bank include the 5 home plan, which give you the option to choose from a fixed, flexi and graduate loan repayment. And the more plan is which is optimized for property refinancing. The 5 home plan give borrowers the flexibility of choosing fixed or floating rate pricing. As we know, the fixed rate pricing is usually used by Islamic loans. So, public bank also using Islamic loans too. And Islamic loans plan is available under public bank housing loan, which is can enable you to enjoy fixed profit rates that are not subject to fluctuation in BLR. Public bank home loans also have a lock-in period of 3 years, during which borrowers will need to pay at least 2% yearly settlement fee if they decide to refinance or want to sell their property. The yearly settlement penalty will be based on the outstanding loan. The word of the settlement penalty, it is proof that the public bank is using the riba terms in their transaction, which is riba jahiliyah. Riba jahiliyah, which is interest that being imposed after default. For the example, the penalty or default. Okay, the second one is profit rate and interest rate. The profit rate is using by the Bank Islam in the event the financing amount is fully disbursed during the grace period. The effective profit rate and the monthly payment amount will commence from the date of full disbursement of the financing amount for a period of 60 months. During the step-up period, the customer is only required to service the monthly profit based on the prevailing effective profit rate. There will be no reduction to the outstanding bank purchase price because that monthly payment made during the grace period and the step-up period, which may give effect to a higher financing cost under this scheme. Next, for the interest rate is using by the public bank, where OD, HL, FL personal loan repayment is overdue, default by 1 month, and the pricing would be automatically increased to 3.2% plus BR or base rates plus BLR, which is best learning rate, or additional 1% above the prevailing interest rate on the entire outstanding amount, which is that so higher. This is what we call the riba jahiliyah, because the terms that apply in the public bank. Lastly, the method used by the both bank, which is between the takaful and the insurance. The takaful, as we know, it is usually by fully Bank Islam, and the takaful is based on mutual cooperation. The takaful system is based on the principle of ta'awun, which is to help each other, and tabaruk, which means contribution with each other. By contributing a sum of money to the takaful risk fund, participants have agreed to help each other if one of the participants has a misfortune or accident. So it is good for the participant, because in Islam it is encourage us to help between each other, especially with the other Muslim. And for the insurance is conducted by public bank. This is statement by the public bank, which is you are advised to take up an insurance cover with an insurance company approved by us to adequately insure the property to be charged, which includes flood, riot, strike, and malicious damage. We reserve the right to exclude certain risks from the insurance cover should you write to us advising on your request. So for the this statement is not clear, because on the statement which is they said we deserve the right exclude certain risks. This statement is not clear at all, which is have some horror, and this is bad side of the insurance rather than takaful.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdullah Mubarak. My matric number is 268-234. And today I will present the comparison between public bank and Islamic bank. Based on the information of the comparison between Islamic bank and public bank, here we can conclude that Islamic bank are better than public due to the following of Sharia compliant, while public bank are based on the confidential bank that follow the human mind and soul without being guided by the Quran. So Bank Islam can be seen here that Islamic bank do not do any additional riba or gharar in the financial system because it's prohibited in Islamic law. However, public banks do not care about riba and gharar in the financial system because they are more concerned with the profit than the welfare of people who make the investment alone in their financial system. So Islamic banks are more appropriate bank choice than public bank due to the product offer under Islamic bank are more assured of being safe from fraudulent elements such as usury or gharar or riba. That's all from me. Thank you.